have a question from my sister-in-law, actually. She has a 4-month-old, and they recently went on vacation for a couple weeks. Grandma and Grandpa were loving on them the whole time, spoiling them, and I think they were really off of their usual schedule. And so when they came back, her baby was not wanting to do the normal routine that they've been working so hard on, and she's just really frustrated. So what would you...
That can be very frustrating and happens so often. Tara went through this exact thing, and I know she has a great answer for this.
Yeah, I'm really familiar with this question. There was a time when we were away with my parents for a couple of weeks on holiday, and we had an opportunity to be with them, and it was wonderful, and my parents got to love on Brody and Ethan, and it was just great. However, coming home was a whole nother story because Brody got so out of whack and off schedule and wasn't sleeping, which is just not characteristic for him at all. So some things that I would suggest would be, as adults, we get to plan for weeks and weeks and weeks. Going on a vacation, we're excited about it. However, the children don't get to plan so much. And even if they're tiny, even if we told them, they really wouldn't understand anyway. So we have to keep that in mind, that they are taken in and out of situations that they might not be really familiar with. So we kind of have to give them grace on that. The second thing I would suggest is just try to get them back on schedule as quickly as possible. As soon as we got home, we started trying to get Brody back on his schedule, which that's when we started seeing some of the hiccups in the road. And so we just worked on getting that feed, wake, sleep schedule right back in order just as quickly as we can. The other thing to remember is that it's going to take some time to get them back in that schedule. It's not going to happen immediately. If you're gone for several weeks, you can pretty much count that it's going to take about half of that time. So if you're gone for 2 weeks, expect it to be a full week of getting back into schedule. If you're gone for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, it could be 2 or 2.5, 3 weeks, depending on the length of your stay, getting them back into that routine. The other thing that we realized is when Brody came home, he wasn't sleeping very well at the nighttime, which was very uncharacteristic of him. And so we were thinking, okay, well, what is it? Yes, he's had, the upheaval of going from vacation to home, which is enough. But what was the other thing? And then we remembered when we were away, he slept in a playpen in our bedroom with us. And so we thought, okay, let's try that. So we brought him from his room back into our bedroom, into the playpen for him to sleep. And that was that thing. Remember in Prep for Parenting, we talked about switch 26? That was that little switch that he just needed to have flipped, just to have that sort of sameness and consistency. And for a couple of days, we did that, and he was just right back on schedule.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to see more, and check out the growingfamilies.life website to find more resources and to get connected.